Hi, welcome back to Bravo Mazel Mash, brought to you by S.W.O.R.D, the superior world of reality discussion. I'm Shannon.
And I'm Daniel.
Keep him from running away. So we got a couple of things. Interesting.
I can't wait for People's Couch to come back on.
I know, People's Couch. It's like our favorite Bravo show ever. And I don't even know why, because it's not like you watch an entire episode of one thing. You just watch clips of shows, like, but it's, I don't know, it's strangely addicting. You can't help but watch it. It's really funny. I love that show. It is, like, awesome. And it's coming back in a couple weeks, right?
October 6th.
Yeehaw! And I'm happy that Ladies of London is back. Yay!
Why?
What's with the face?
I didn't give a face.
You were like, eye roll. You totally gave a face. What was the face for?
I'm kind of iffy for Ladies of London.
What do you mean? What do you mean by you're iffy?
They don't get into big fights.
They don't get into big fights? What, like punching each other in the face?
Yeah.
Well, not a lot of those shows get to that level of fighting, but they can certainly still bitch each other out. I mean, they did that on the first episode of Ladies of London, where they were like, "You want your crown back? I'll give you your crown because you're like a halo. You got your halo because you're an angel. That's right, you're an angel." And they were like screaming at each other at the dinner party.
Mm-hmm.
So they were fighting. It wasn't. Hold on, I'm stupid. Crown protection. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So it's not like they weren't causing a ruckus at a party. But I don't understand. Okay, first of all, I've determined that it's her bone.
No, that's my water.
Oh, she's trying to. Princess is trying to drink Daniel's water. I seriously dislike Caroline. Yes. Okay, you want to say hello, Princess? Okay. I seriously. What the hell? I'm like Dr. Doolittle all of a sudden. What to drink today? Well, Daniel's got water, and I have cranberry juice. All by its lonesome. We'll go with that. It may have vodka in it, but I'm not saying at all. At all.
You'll start to know if she starts slurring.
No, shut up. I never do that, ever. They do. The dogs do. Well, actually, Princess is on this teething kick. Princess Leia. It's not so much that she wants to drink everything, but chew it all. Constantly, which is very irritating. And that stupid, like, bitter stuff doesn't work for dogs. FYI, she licks it off like it's candy. So apparently that's not going to work. But back to Ladies of London. Yeah. I seriously don't like Caroline. She's annoying.
Which Caroline? There's two.
Oh, I know. They gotta friggin' do this to me all the time. Put people with the same goddamn name on shows. The British Caroline. Because the other one's Dutch. The one with the short blonde hair.
Okay.
When they were fighting at her dinner party, when Marissa and...
Oh, the one that... She was the one that wanted the bumpkin birthday party, right?
That was Marissa. Yeah. Caroline was the one, I'm talking about the one that ended up hosting the controversial second Thanksgiving party for her.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. She was like, I love it that they're fighting over me. Is that sick?
Oh, that.
Yeah. But they weren't fighting over her at all. That wasn't even, like, remotely what the argument was about. Like, the argument was about the fact that what's her name? I always forget the freaking brown-haired one's name. The one that's like a jackrabbit. She like bounces all over the place like she has ADD.
Juliet,
yeah. She didn't want to have it at the restaurant because it's Thanksgiving and you gotta have men with their button down on their jeans and they gotta watch American football, but we gotta watch soccer and like whatever. Take a Midol. And Marissa was offended that they scheduled a party during her party, which I could totally understand why that would make it offensive, especially since you think they're your friends, close friends, and that they're going to come to your party. But it didn't have anything to do really with Caroline, except for that's where Juliet was going to have her stupid Thanksgiving. And Caroline didn't even know what Thanksgiving was, which cracks me up. I mean, I know it's an American, I mean, you know it's an American holiday, but, you know, realistically, it wasn't Americans that we were talking about.
She wants you now.
Well, top of my lap is taken by Jasper, you fat princess. You know, I mean, it was a lot of Europeans that were supposedly saved by the natives. So I don't know. I guess I never really thought about the fact that no one in Europe had ever heard of it before. American. It's a Canadian holiday, really? I didn't know that. Oh wait, is it like the same holiday in Canada? Because honest to God, I didn't realize I mean, I knew they had some kind of. Oh, well, it is. Learn something new every day. I had no idea. So, Thanksgiving October for Canada. Oh, cool. You got Halloween and Thanksgiving all in one. I guess it's like a harvest festival, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just found it irritating that Caroline's like all about me. It's all about me. And the other Caroline is weird. I'm sorry. Like, she's like a baroness, but she doesn't seem to have any manners. Like, this show is kind of ruining all of my preconceived notions of, you know, people who are, I don't want to say royal, but, you know, the high class people of England and Europe. Because you kind of think if they have a title that they've taken some kind of manners training and deportment and know not to eat with your elbows on the table. And Jasper, sit down. And not to talk with your mouth full or laugh like a hyena. What is with that laugh?
I don't know.
So, like, she even snorted a few times. Hold on. She even snorted a few times. Like, I don't get it. It was really weird.
Very un-baroness-like.
Yes. Hold on. We have construction going on next door, so Jasper keeps wanting to bark at the hammering sound of the roof being done. Yeah, I don't get it, that whole laugh. And then she didn't even wear shoes at the dinner party, which I'm sorry. Everyone knows my obsession with, like, disgusting human bodily functions. And bare feet are kind of gross for me. And bare feet around food is definitely gross. So the idea of the hostess, like, walking around in the kitchen and giving us this nice dinner with her bare toes hanging out, I can't handle it. Like, I'd rather she be naked with socks. Like, I just can't do it. Hopefully she had a pedicure. I don't know. Yeah, I just found it weird. It was a weird thing. I'm just saying, didn't you find the whole dinner party a little strange? And then she kicked everybody out when they were still eating. They were like in the middle of dessert. She force-fed the other Caroline an orange, which I don't really get. Eat it. Eat it! Like peer pressure much?
Yeah.
I mean, she said that, like, fruit was like her traumatic childhood experience, which let's just say is a little pathetic. And that she was forced to eat fruit every day at reform school. Every day. It's fruit.
Fruit is good for you.
I mean, there's some kind of fruit that's nasty, but seriously, every fruit? But then to follow up the story with the fact that she, like, literally gags whenever she eats fruit, have the other Caroline, like, eat it. Like, do you want her gagging at the dinner table? Like, I didn't get it, honestly. It didn't make any sense to me. Countess Luann. I know, she needs to train them. Countess Luann needs to have a class over there and be like, all right, ladies, you need some lessons, because what the heck. But Luann has enough trouble trying to train, like, Ramona to chew with her mouth shut. Because Ramona chews like a cow, and I hate that. Ugh. It's like my number one. What the hell are you guys doing on me? Oh my god. You guys are crazy today.
They all want to be in the shot.
Oh, I guess so. They all have an opinion. So I don't know. I found it interesting that Juliet and Marissa, you know, they sat down to their tea, their dinner, or whatever. And I got the impression Juliet was hoping to fix their friendship, like completely rebuild it and make it all better. Like, that was my impression. She was like, we're not really broken, right? I mean, we can fix this. And then Marissa was like, no. No, it's broken. And Juliet was like, well, we can, I don't know if we'll be BFFs or Fs. And Marissa's like, Fs. I mean, she just like totally shot it down, which makes sense because Juliet's a wackadoodle. Like, I mean, I can understand that she's got separation issues right now because her husband's like in Europe making millions of dollars like a turd. And that she's like all alone in her big mansion.
Where?
Smaller mansion, and she had to move like over a bridge where no one dare tread in the $1 million estates over there.
Really?
It's like she's acting like she moved to the ghetto, but it's like she's like, it's only a $2 million house. Like, seriously. She's so like, I don't get it. Like, what I don't understand is if she's so friggin' homesick, which is what she said about 1,000 times, then why doesn't she go home to America while her husband's in Europe?
Yeah.
Why does she have to live in London? Like, if he's not even there most of the time.
Well, did she say something about in the first episode that she had to move there because of like work or something?
She moved to London with him because of his work. They are both American. They're the only ones that she's married to an American. Like, Marissa's married to a Brit. But it's weird to me that like all the women on this show, every single one of them's husband, well, the ones that are married, because the Caroline from that's Dutch doesn't have a husband; she's single. But the other ones, Caroline, Marissa, Juliet, their husbands are gone like most of the week for work. All of them, like out of the country, which is weird. The new one there, I forget her name. Crap.
Julie?
No. Yes, Julie.
The one that looks like Megan?
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't see it. I don't see it at all.
What?
Well, yeah, they do want to escape. I can totally, like Juliet's husband, I can tell is like, you know, oh, shucks, look, I missed my flight. Can't come home. I'll be there in a month.
And what is up with the weirdest time change in the day episodes? Like, the first episode was Thanksgiving, and then the second episode was flipping
Christmas. Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, they missed it. They missed a few days in between. I know, it's a bit weird. It's not. I think it's maybe because it's a summer show. Here they put it like the short season.
Right.
So there's not going to be that many episodes. So they can't just like film everyday luncheons and stuff like they do for Housewives and stuff. Because for Housewives, they got to fill like 20 episodes. For this, they do like 10. So I think maybe that's it. But yeah, it was a little jarring to go from planning and celebrating Thanksgiving to, oh, look, we have Santa.
The barefoot
Christmas. Eating duck, which I thought Juliet was going to like shit kittens. She was like, wait, I don't do that. I don't eat that.
And then in the next episode, it's going to be New Year's Eve.
I know, right? Well, at least Christmas and New Year's Eve are only a week apart, whereas Thanksgiving and Christmas is a friggin' month apart. I mean, it's huge. I don't know. I love that show, though. I don't know why. It's slightly addicting.
That's because it's like the Real Housewives of London.
Well, yeah. Probably. Yeah, that's probably it. Daniel with his deep psychological thought of the day. That's it, Ma. So what show next?
OC. Megan.
How did I know? Oh yeah, she's a little stuff. Like she's gone beyond stirring the pot. She's now a stalker.
Yeah, you think?
I mean, she called his doctor's office.
That's a new one.
Did you miss that one? Because I watched it the second time last night, and I missed it the first time I saw the episode. It was right at the very, very beginning of the episode. She said, well, I was curious because, how he's going to his friend who had cancer and is also a doctor, but apparently he does, like, cosmetic stuff or something. So she apparently called his doctor's office of playing a woman with cancer. I have cancer, and I just heard that he's doing these treatments and blah, blah, blah. And they went in and make an appointment for her. So she's like, aha! He doesn't have cancer. But it's none of her business, even if he is lying. It's not like he's asking them for money or anything like that. So it's not like she has to uncover this big conspiracy because she's in some way directly affected by the conspiracy. But she's taken it to a level that's a little wacky.
A little wacky?
A little wacky.
No, a lot wacky.
Yeah, a lot wacky. She called and tried to make friends with his ex-girlfriend. I'm sorry. Any ex will say anything terrible about their ex. Why? Because if they said all the lovey-dovey things, they wouldn't be an ex. Nobody is like, okay, there are weird people who are like friends with exes, which I don't get. But for the most part, it's going to be like where they're talking trash. So I thought it was quite telling that his ex, rather than totally besmirch his reputation and be like, yeah, he's a rank bastard who lies, he's never had cancer, blah, blah, blah. Instead of doing that, she called him and was like, listen, you have some chick who's calling trying to make trouble. Because she could have totally told everybody that he was...
No, she didn't call, she emailed.
She called. Well, oh, yes, I'm sorry. Megan called. The ex emailed Brooks. But even so, the ex-girlfriend could have totally said that Brooks was a liar and everything else. And everybody would have probably been convinced that that was the case. Here, Jasper, why don't you get down because you're driving me crazy. And then instead, she went to Brooks and was like telling him that there's this person trying to start trouble for some reason, which I found somewhat compelling that maybe he's... Because I don't know, I'm on the fence. Honestly, I don't really give a shit if that sounds bad. That sounded bad. I was gonna say I don't care if he has cancer, but that sounds not nice. Hey, off. You have to set your phone so that it rings for everything. No, give it. You gotta hit the button. He's the only teenager alive who has no idea how to use his phone.
It doesn't work.
What is your
0730?
Now that everyone knows your password, you're an idiot. There, see, just turn it off. Power. You were up doing an update. Daniel, what am I going to do with you? You crack me up. You do. You crack me up to no end. He's at school yesterday for co-op, for homeschooling, and I'm like, where's your cell phone? I need your cell phone. And he's like, oh, I didn't bring it. I'm like, you're the only teenager alive who doesn't bring a cell phone with him, like, everywhere on Earth. And then doesn't know how to use the one he has. Like, why I felt the need to get him a stupid iPhone 6 is beyond me.
You like to spoil us, Mom.
I don't know where you got that stupid idea. I don't think this really shut off. I guess it did. Okay. Now it's off. Your phone's a pain in the butt. I don't like that case. Totally lost my train of thought. So yeah, Megan is psycho, which we knew, but I don't know. From the episode before it, she went to the doctor for that suspicious lump, and then insisted on having the DNA test to find out whether or not she had the gene for breast cancer. Was it just me, or did you kind of get the feeling that she was bummed that she didn't have it? Like, not that she wants cancer, because nobody wants that. I mean, nobody's that stupid. But it's like, it almost felt like she was like, I could have this gene. I could be one of them. Oh, I don't have the gene? Well, I could still get it. I could still get breast cancer. Like, it just seemed very, it's almost like she's jealous of her husband's ex-wife. That, like, his ex-wife's getting all the attention and love because she has cancer. And she's jealous, so she's making all this big stink about it. About, like, Vicky's boyfriend and stuff. Like, well, he doesn't really have cancer. I know about cancer. He doesn't have it. The psychic said so.
She wants to be the center of attention.
That is. I think so. I think she does. I mean,
no, that's all you think.
Huh?
She always wants to be the center of attention.
No, I know. I agree. That's what I'm saying. God bless you.
Ugh. Sneezing.
Stupid allergies. Yeah, no, she totally wants to be the center of attention.
Totally.
But I don't know. What did you think about the whole when Vicky and Brooke sat down with Jimmy and Megan at the party? Like, what was your thought on that whole thing?
Go for it.
Well, yeah, but about how it went down? Like, what were your thoughts on what occurred?
Honestly, though, Megan did not need to retreat to Tamara.
Oh, of course she would, because she wants to be the center of attention. She didn't even waste time. Like, she didn't even do, like, a potty break. She went right from there to be... And what cracked me up about that whole situation was Brooks was like, I never told Tamara anything. He never said, I never told Vicky anything like it, but I never told Tamara that. Which is the truth. Vicky told Tamara that. Brooks never did. So when Megan's throwing it down there, like, well, why would she say it then? And he's like, well, consider your source. She's known to take a story and kind of blow it up a little bit to make it a big deal, which makes her probably a good match for Megan in the friendship department. Although, let's face it, their friendship will never last because Tamara needs to be the center of attention too. So forget about it.
So once Tamara figures out that I'll be the center of attention, so Megan should.
Oh yeah, she'll start like be best friending with Vicky again and try and trash her. But for Tamara then to be like, what is that supposed to mean? What is that supposed to mean? You said consider the source. That's an insult, right? That's an insult. That's mean. What did you say? Why did you say it? Why'd you say it? Like, which her whole reaction was like, but I'm telling the truth. When she's not. She's not telling the truth. So, I don't know, that cracks me up because Tamara's never good at kind of following the dots. Those are all big concepts for her. But when it comes to the sit down between Jimmy and Megan and Vicky and Brooks, first I found it interesting that it was so civil. Because let's face it, Vicky alone with Megan, or even with Megan and Jimmy, as we've seen in the past, was like crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Brooks sits down and he's like, listen, I thank you for your concern, but please just leave my life alone. Stop stalking me. Leave it alone. And Megan just wouldn't give it up, like, no matter what. She's like, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. And Vicky was like, why? And she's like, until there's a cure for cancer. Well, okay, whether or not Brooks has cancer has nothing to do with finding a cure for cancer. So don't make it sound like it's this noble quest that you're on.
Don't make yourself the knight in shining armor.
What? Well, she'd be like the maiden in shining armor.
Well, whatever.
The knight in shining armor would be Jimmy, who doesn't give a shit about the whole situation. I mean, he's like, seriously, what are you doing? You are crazy at all. You know?
What?
I don't know. The night dress. The night rider. No, that sounds sexual. Even though it was like an 80s TV show. The Nightingale. I don't know, some stupid shit. Shut up. Talk about annoying laughs. Exhibit A.
I don't know. My laughs are annoying.
No, I didn't say anything.
Is that annoying laughs? Exhibit A.
I didn't say anything. I plead the fifth.
So did.
I didn't. So I don't know. I found it interesting that Brooks was able to keep his cool and sounded gentlemanly and and he never got flustered. Like somebody, I mean, either he's like the best liar in the world,
Which makes it nobody is,
or maybe he's not lying. Because he didn't once get flustered that she was doing all this stuff. He was just like, look, it's an invasion of my privacy. You know?
Well, was it true that he had cancer twice in the past?
Well, that's what all the reports I've read said. But if he's a liar about having cancer now, there's no reason that he wouldn't lie then as well. And Vicky said she went to chemo. She said she went to the chemo appointments. It's not like you can just sign yourself up for that shit. I mean, it's like a prescription. You got to go with the doctor's orders and stuff. So, I don't know. But I don't understand why, aside from the fact that it has nothing to do with her. Megan is so involved in the fact that Brooks would choose an alternative treatment. Like, they're all so confused by it. Like, to the point that they're like...
Chemo does not only fix cancer.
I mean, it doesn't... It's not the only way to fix cancer. Yeah. I mean, sure, it's controversial, but they're in friggin' California, and people I mean, it was the first place that weed was made for medical marijuana, for crying out loud. It's not that big a stretch for someone to go an alternative route. And it's using a drug that even Heather and her husband have heard of before. So it's not like completely out of left field. But for Megan to be so completely, it's like she's personally offended that he's not seeking a certain doctor like the one Shannon was talking about, or going through another round of more aggressive chemo or anything like that. It's like she's personally offended. Like, how dare you? I know, I would like to lose my hair. I think I'd be quite beautiful. And honestly, she could only look better since she's had that stupid candy-ass pink hair lately. Honest to God, what does she think she is, 12?
That's kind of candy.
Whatever. It's ugly. I mean, I like streaks in a woman's hair, especially blonde hair. You can see the nice streaks of color. But, like, her whole head looks like friggin' cotton candy. It's beyond me that she wants to act like a grown-up and be counted as a grown-up, but can't stop making childish mistakes. Because seriously.
Maybe because she is a child inside.
I think she is. Daniel, you are on point tonight with all the little psychological digs. Just saying. What did you think of the whole tornado business when Vicky went home to visit her daughter? The previous episode. That was like, I've never seen a tornado shelter that small. Like, you couldn't even sit down in that thing. It was like you had to stand there for like days. I mean, what if the house collapses on you? You're going to be stuck down there for like 2 days while they unbury your house. And you're in that tiny little friggin' room under the basement. I've never heard of one so small. Unless it was like in a closet, like a panic room. But I've never seen one under the ground quite so small. I mean, that's crazy. Of course, Megan had to throw it in there like, well, I too have suffered through the frightening experience of a
Shut up, Megan, you haven't.
But our storm shelter is an entire finished basement. And the furniture cost a lot of money. I mean,
Megan, shut up. You haven't. No.
I mean, she might have. She's from the Midwest. It's not unheard of to have tornadoes there. But guess what? We're from Connecticut. And it's not unheard of to have tornadoes here either. But that doesn't mean I can, like, totally commiserate with someone who's living in fucking Oklahoma. They have a tornado, like, warning, like, every couple of days, for crying out loud. That's whatever.
And what is up with Tamara spoiling Ryan?
Yeah. I mean, I can understand it. Because she's, you know, he's her first. And she wants to have him near. If you, like, tried to move out of state, I'd probably bribe you to come back. But to say I'm totally going to, like, support your family for a while until you get on your feet and not have that conversation with your spouse is probably asking for trouble. I mean, number one thing couples fight about is money. And, you know, Eddie, who's obsessive about this gym thing, probably isn't going to like the idea. Because, you know, when you open a business, even no matter how successful it is the first couple of years, you're shelling a lot of your income back into the business. So getting new equipment and fixing the floor and getting new mirrors and paying your employees and advertising and all that stuff. So even if it's a success, you don't really make a lot of money the first couple of years. And so, and they only opened it like 2 years ago. So he's probably not that.
Honestly, Tamara should have just kept it under the rug.
Lied? Wouldn't he notice? Like, she paid for their house, which was like a few $1,000s. Like, eventually, no matter how stupid your spouse is, he's going to notice there's like thousands of dollars missing.
And if you bought somebody a house, would you keep it a secret or no?
When the hell am I going to buy a house? I don't like you that much. I wouldn't bribe you with that. I'd be like, dude, I got chocolate chip ice cream. Cats on the spouse. Yeah, I don't. What do you think about the whole? Well, you think she should have lied, kept it from the spouse.
Under the rug, yeah.
Eventually, it comes out. Lies always come out. Eventually. And you can't lie worth shit. So, like, this is like the worst liar on the planet. He's always like, I didn't do anything. And he's like, there's no hiding it. There's no hiding the fact that he was completely lying. Which is, luckily, most of the time he doesn't even try. So, I mean, it always comes out eventually. I mean, eventually they're going to have to go to, like, their accountant in order to file taxes. And they're going to be like, well, we see here you paid for a second house. Or where did all this money go? The tax accountant's going to be like, and she's going to have to explain where all the money went that they think they're going to be paying taxes on. And her husband will find out then. And it's worse to find out something later on. You really do stink at lying, Daniel. Yeah, he does. He really does. Look at it!
No, I don't.
No, I don't. It's a good thing, though. That's why I'm surprised you even suggest that she should lie, because it's such a stupid thing. I mean, if anything, she should have gone to Eddie and been like, listen, I want to help Ryan out. How can we do this? And if Eddie was like, well, I don't want to just give him money. How about we, like, loan it to him or whatever? You know, make Eddie a part of the decision-making process.
Or, you know, have it where, like, Ryan lives in the house, but has to pay rent to.
Right, something like that. That's like a loan, yeah. Daniel needs to take a class on lying 101. No, he doesn't. You try and take lessons from my 11-year-old. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, what got into you today? Yeah. You're so crazy. Oh, no. We don't want Daniel to be a liar. We like him all sweet and innocent. And it's okay if he wants to live at home until he's 50. I'm okay with that. That was my phone thinking. What, I don't know. I can't talk.
Yeah.
The conversation between Tamara and Eddie didn't sound like Eddie would have been okay if it was alone. It sounded like he was like, no, we're not helping him. It says, and he yelled at Daniel for his dings from his phone. Listen, mine was a ding. His was a full-on song. Okay?
It's not an iPod, it's an iPhone.
Whatever. Picky. Ding. Slightly different than a full-on song. Because he said a song for everything. So it doesn't matter if it's an alarm or a notification.
It's everything but new mail.
I don't know why you would do that. That's so irritating. But whatever. When they had the clip of Eddie and Tamara having dinner where Tamara finally told Eddie that she was helping out her son, it sounded like Eddie was saying, no way, not going to happen. I'm not working to support another man's family, blah, 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 blah. But then Tamara goes to her son and she's like, listen, Eddie would wish it was alone. Well, I never even heard Eddie say alone. Maybe they didn't show the whole like conversation, but maybe. I don't know. And knowing now that Tamara's son ends up arrested for getting drunk and violent with his fiance, it makes even more sense now, considering the conversation she had with him when her mother was on that date. And Tamara was trying to make sure that her son was going to be ready to get married. And he's like, I think I rushed into things too fast. And I'm not ready to get married, basically. But he didn't even sound like he was ready to be in a relationship with this chick anymore. Like, it sounded like he was saying, thanks, but no thanks. I wish I wasn't living with her or anything anymore. So I wonder, is it because he's pushing for them now to move to the OC? Or is it that it's just not working out as a relationship? Because if it's not working out as a relationship, it could more explain why he ended up getting drunk and fighting with her. I mean, she had a business and everything up north. She like owned like a gun store or something. So
yeah, it was a gun store.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not that easy to pack up your whole business and move it.
Like,
so
moving all the way down south.
Yeah, well, it's not like us going down south. It was like, I don't know, 3 hours or something. It would be like us going to
Vermont.
Well, Vermont, that's moving north. But
whatever.
Grammar, the geography's not a strong suit. But so yeah, are we done with the OC? I think we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. No, we didn't talk about that fight that Vicky had with Brianna.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it's like same old, same old. They've been fighting about Brooks forever. And now Vicky's not even dating Brooks anymore, so it's a moot point. I wonder if that's why she broke up with Brooks, so that she can get Brianna to move back to California, because that's all she really cares about. I mean,
Brooks is cancer.
Well, yeah, and, not wanting to be alone, and I can understand all those things, but you can tell that it's really weighing on her more that her grandbabies and everybody are out of state. I think if Brianna had the opportunity to move back to California, but Vicky just had to break up with Brooks, I could see that would be a reason she'd break up with Brooks, is in order to get Brianna back to California. I mean, she did it before when she wanted Brianna to move in with her when Brianna was pregnant. And Ryan went he was called out of the country for Marines or whatever reason. And she said, well, you can move in with me. And Brianna said, I don't want to be anywhere near Brooks. And so she broke up with Brooks. And Brianna moved in. But then they were like, everyone thought they were dating secretly for a while. And then they ended up started dating again out in the open. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if this breakup sticks. And I can't wait for the reunion for Vicky to tell us, like, what's doing. Like, why the breakup.
I'm just so excited for everyone to find out Megan.
Yeah, I hope so. Because I can't wait for somebody to slap her now. I mean, come on. I don't want to wait for the reunion for that.
Shannon's probably going to do that.
Well, I don't know. Shannon and her were all buddy-buddy at the dinner and at her Zodiac party or whatever the hell it was.
Megan did call Shannon Judgy Eyes.
Yeah, but that was a while ago. And now they're like buddy in their like horror that Brooks might be, because like Shannon's starting to believe Megan that Brooks is lying. And so Megan, of course, now thinks Shannon's awesome because she has someone who's like starting to listen. Yeah. So anyway, I want to get to Below Deck. What the hell is wrong with Rocky?
I do not know.
Talk about an annoying laugh. Like, that laugh is...
Is it more annoying than mine?
Way more annoying. Like, it is by far the most annoying laugh I've ever heard on TV. That's what she does. And then her eyeballs. Like, she can't keep them still in her head. Like, they're, like, constantly all over the eyes. You know, like, she's... I don't know. That chick is whack, man. I don't get it. What the hell is wrong with her?
I have no idea.
I was kind of... Were you surprised that what's-his-name quit?
No.
What was his name? Joe? Dan?
Don.
Don?
That's why I said Dom Dom.
Dom Dom. I was kind of surprised he quit in the middle of a charter because they get those massive tips at the end. I'd have waited until the tip and then said, you know what, I'm not going to continue.
Yeah, no, he quit. And
it was like out of left field. Like, he talks so fast. It's like he's convincing himself of something. Because, like, he spent all that time making the captain wait while seeking out Kate to get her advice on how to handle this confrontation with the captain and how to keep it friendly and not confrontational and blah, 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 blah. And then he goes and quits. Well, why spend all that time asking how to suck up to the captain if you didn't plan on sucking up to him at all?
I do not know.
I don't know. But it's funny. Like, I wonder what the hiring process is. Like, how to get hired to be the person working on the boat. Like, do you have to have a job interview? Do you have to prove you can fold towels? Because clearly not, because Rocky doesn't know how to do anything in her job. And when they were all nicely trying to show her, she was like, I need a break. I have to think. I need to breathe because there's just so much. But I find it, you don't remember last season.
I don't remember watching last season.
That's why I'm saying you don't remember last season. Kate was a whole lot more annoying than she is now. She wasn't annoying at all this season so far. I mean, she still has a resting bitch face, but that's just her face.
Wait, what? What does it look like? That's what she goes to sleep with?
It's her face. It doesn't move. I would think she'd had a lot of Botox or something because her face just doesn't move. But last season she fought with everybody, like constantly about everything. And everybody hated her. They practically had to do interventions to have them sit down and be like, we need to have a peaceful time on the boat. Like, it was crazy. And I wonder if it's because she has her friends. The one who's a deckhand, the girl who's a deckhand.
The one that does the rocket ships?
No, that's Kate. The one whose dad died. Crap. I forgot all their names. She's got the dark hair.
My hair?
No, she's like dark brown, not red.
That's brown and red.
Crap. There are pictures in my head, and I can't remember her name now. But they're from the same hometown, and apparently they are friends, and have been friends a long time. And so I wonder if maybe having a friend from home is like a calming effect on her. You know?
Maybe.
She can go talk it up with her friend and get Connie. That's what it is. Connie is the one I'm talking about. She's the one with the really dark hair. Her. Looking it up on my phone. Her. That's why I keep my phone on Mr. Smarty Pants. So that I can look up things if I forget a person's name. That's Connie. yeah, I think it must be, because even with her other stewardess there, um, Amy, who's her assistant manager, I guess, if you want to call her that, they were like two bitches in a hen house. Like, they couldn't take it last season. They were fighting. They hated each other. And so far, they've been working really well together. So.
Well, then again, it's like only the third episode.
True, but it's a short season. And as you've already spoken out about Ladies of London, who knows if, like, how many weeks went by in between each charter. But I do wonder, like, what the hiring process is. Because, like, Don was an engineer, and apparently he was really good at the mechanical stuff, but he was mostly working as a deckhand, which is, like, mopping the decks and pulling in rope and all that kind of crap, which he found utterly beneath him. So it's like, well, didn't anyone explain, this is the job we're looking to hire you for. These will be your tasks. Have you ever done these tasks before? I mean, that's usually what you do in a job interview. Like, you talk it out with the boss about what is expected of you and what you are capable and not capable of doing, what your strengths and your weaknesses are. It doesn't seem like anybody does that for these people. Because, like, Rocky doesn't even know how to do anything. I mean, the last charter, not the one they were just on this week, but last week, she didn't even iron all their shirts right, so everybody was wearing each other's shirts, like, for the finale, like, with the button-down shirts when they say goodbye to their guests. Because she, was like, whatever, and nobody had the right clothes, because she can't even do laundry. And she didn't know how to turn down a bed or fold anything. Like, so what? Because she was a junior Olympic diver, she's good in the water, which means she must make a good stewardess on a boat, you know? I don't think so. I mean, to me, there's got to be no worse job on earth. Well, okay, that's not true. There are worse jobs. Any of the dirty jobs I wouldn't do. There's that show, Dirty Jobs. Do you remember that? It was gross. I couldn't watch it. It was gross.
I don't remember.
It was gross. Like swimming in shit. Like that kind of gross. Like literally swimming in shit. Like not even saying, like,
No.
Literal. Yeah.
I don't remember.
So all those jobs. But for the pain in the ass jobs, stewardess would be right up there, where you have to clean people's toilets and be really, really super friendly and willing to do whatever they asked. You know, even if it's make an ass of yourself, you have to be willing to make an ass of yourself if the millionaire who rented your stupid yacht says so. That wouldn't work for me. I'm not good at biting my tongue and pretending to be friendly.
Yeah, no. You're not the
I love when Daniel does that. He starts saying it, and then he, like, realizes maybe that's not coming out quite right. And then he just kind of falls off. It's okay. I know I'm not the most friendly type. It's okay. I'm okay with that, because I'd rather be, like, the non-friendly type and be friendly only to people I like than to have to deal with people I don't like. And these people, unlike the show, they have to deal with tons of people they might hate. I mean, look at the last charter. They were constantly being, like, practically raped by the stupid guests who were constantly trying to lure them into dark corners. And they couldn't just be like, dude, keep your hands off my ass, because that might offend the millionaire guests. So instead, they have to be like, oh, you're silly. I'm just going to go over there. No, I'm sorry. The guest would have been picking his teeth up out of the carpeting if it were me, which is why I don't do this job. Plus, I don't do chores, anything that are gross. That's why I have children. It's true. I have slaves. I don't hire myself out as one. So what did you think of Emil and Rocky? First of all, she has been trying to bone him since day one. And I found it so enjoyable the night he just like left her at the hot tub and she was like, "Want a meal?" And she turned around to get all sexy naked, like thinking he's gonna be looking at her butt while she gets in the water. And then she gets in the water and she turns around and it's like crickets. That was the best. And he's like, "No, I don't shit in my pond," or some strange South African kind of comment. And then I thought he was gonna stop messing with her, but apparently she's tenacious. And they went on their little date where she got completely drunk. I don't think he's that into her. I mean, he's a guy, so like if somebody's like, "Hey," and like rubbing up on you all the time, you're gonna react. But I don't really think he's that into her. Otherwise, he wouldn't leave her when she's butt naked at the hot tub or have to get drunk when he's out at dinner with her. Although maybe she'll stop tormenting the poor man now because she's like, "That date was painful. It was so painful, embarrassing. It was painful." It was. From a viewer's point of view, very painful.
Yeah.
Awkward.
So even more awkward if you were her. No, if it's anyone.
Huh?
More awkward.
Oh, no. I don't. What?
What? That's everyone say what?
Now I'm confused. Annoying laugh A.
Hi.
Okay, so finally we have millions. No, well, Rocky's is the most, and then the
Rocky's
Caroline from Ladies of London is second. We have to make the words bigger. I can't see that far away anymore. We have to move the table closer. And then yours is C.
See, I'm not the most.
Like, I don't know. You don't even sneeze when you need to sneeze, but you like blow all that snot around when you're laughing. Stop! I don't like it. Stop. It's gross. Oh my God. Shoot me now. Last but not least.
$1 million listing.
Yeah. Let me tell you, my 11-year-old is obsessed with that show. Obsessed. I can't stand Josh.
Joshy.
And will literally mute the TV and leave the room. Like, I can't take it. I can't take it at all. I've forgotten about that. Every season, it's like I black it out, and then I'm like, "Oh my God, I can't! I got la 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 la!" Like I literally, like the boys were laughing at me because I got up like my pants were on fire because I'm like, "I have to leave the room, mute the TV," and my 11-year-old's like, "No, I love this show," and I'm like, "No, I can't. He's talking. I can't take it when someone like I love people kind of hating each other and like arguing it out like they do on the Housewives and Ladies of London and stuff. But when someone is malicious to the point that they want to humiliate someone in front of a group of people for no real purpose other than to be a smug bastard and humiliate them, I can't. It's like when someone's been told their whole life they're a great singer and they go up on like American Idol or The Voice and they are the worst singer ever. And it's worse because they're embarrassed and shocked that anyone hated their singing because every idiot has said, "Oh, you're such a great singer." I can't. I'm rubbing off on you, I think.
What?
I just can't. The humiliation of it, I can't even take it. So when Josh went to the British guy's open house / dinner thing, I didn't really understand what that is. And then he like tried to embarrass him by talking about the price stuff at dinner, and the way he approached it was strictly to try to humiliate him. I can't. I left the room. That was when I was running out like my pants were on fire. And you're like, "What the hell?" And I'm like, "I can't. No, turn it off." And Xander was mad at me because I muted the TV. Well, like, "Don't you unmute it until I'm out of the room?" I can't take it. Like I love the British guys. I love them on the show. And I do love the show. I just can't take him when he's doing that. I like it when
That's
he was.
basically what housewives do. They humiliate them.
No, they fight with each other and in front of people, but it's not like they're trying to humiliate. And I think that's one of the things I don't like about Megan. It's like there's a certain smile that someone has when they're trying to humiliate people. And it's like if she were to pull out, like let's say she were to hack hospital records and pull out Brooks's hospital records, she has that little smirk. So she'd make sure she did it in front of like 100 people. And, oh, look what we have. Brooks, I was able to get your medical records for you. How helpful I am. You know, something like that. And that's where I'm like, nope, I can't take it. Because I would punch them hard.
Well, then again, you would punch Megan any day.
True. Maybe I punch a little too easily. I'd have to find something better for people who do that humiliating kind of embarrassment stuff because I can't take it. Because it's bad.
No, you drop kick them.
Yeah, maybe that. Pour like rotten milk all over their head. Something. But I can't take it. I don't like people who embarrass, because I've been embarrassed before people before. I mean, everybody in some point in their life has that moment of utter humiliation where you're like, that just did not happen to me. And like for the rest of your life, you think about like something reminds you and you're like, oh, and you still cringe about it. So I don't know why, like I am like the biggest bitch ever, except I can't take when others are being humiliated. Whether I like them or not, doesn't matter. It's like a weird anomaly. I can't handle it. I'm like, I can't, I won't necessarily stay and help them, but I won't like it. So I don't know. I hope he doesn't do it. The preview for next week is that they're like out to dinner together. Like him and the British guy. I don't get the British guy's names yet, but him and the British guy that he humiliated went out to dinner and they're like, you know, we really have a lot in common. And I'm like, what? I missed something. I missed something between the slamming down of the champagne and the screaming and everything. I missed something. A lot. We'll see. And I don't like that it's not on demand because I can't watch it at my own time. It's not on the Now app either, the Bravo Now. So I can't. Oh, I do have one question I have been unable to find an answer to.
What?
I watched Don't Be Tardy. He doesn't usually get to see it because it's Sunday night and he doesn't usually watch that kind of TV on Sundays. And I watched Don't Be Tardy with Kim Bierman. And she and Troy were walking their new dog because her dog, Chanel, they had to put down last year. And their new dog was wearing a service dog in training harness. Why the hell do they need a service dog? Like, I searched online to try and find out why he had a service dog in training, but I couldn't find it anywhere. So I don't know.
Phil needs one. He needs a service dog.
I don't know. I mean, unless one of their kids has something that I don't know about. Kim definitely doesn't need a service dog. Troy is a professional football player. He doesn't need one. So I don't know why. And it's a puppy still in training. And they were the worst in training service dog trainers I've ever seen. Because that dog was all the way at the end of the leash, like pulling on the leash. And they were like following with the leash fully extended. And when you're training a service dog, they're supposed to be right next to you, looking at you the whole time. And so I don't know. There's a big controversy right now because you can buy service dog training harnesses that look like a service dog harness and say service dog in training. And you can legally bring your dog anywhere with them, but they're trying to change the laws because these are dogs that are not really trained and they're not really for people with medical conditions. And it makes a bad precedent for people who actually do have trained service dogs. So I was a little like, what the hell? Why do they have a service dog? And then I couldn't find a single thing anywhere online saying they had a service dog or why they were walking a service dog or anything else. So I'll have to keep digging, find out what that's all about.
Maybe you gotta keep watching episodes.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't even, like, I know they were like, let's go for a walk. And then they're taking the dog for a walk. And it was like they didn't even say anything about it. I just noticed the harness, and I'm like, what the? Why do they have a service dog in training? Doesn't make any sense. Beats me. All right, did we cover everything?
Yep.
Good, 'cause my jaw hurts and my foot hurts. It's time for more medicine.
We know you mixed vodka in there, Ma.
I don't know what you're talking about. I plead the fifth.
Right?
Nothing. So let's toast. Where's your water?
Right.
You put it on the floor. It's right there next to your
Oh,
foot.
it's right here.
All right. So for hold on.
Vodka in there.
Shut up. You don't even know what vodka.
Yeah, I got ya.
I made the whole thing without doing that. I was so proud of myself. Shut up. So this has been Bravo Mazel Mash, brought to you by S.W.O.R.D, the superior world of reality discussion. I'm Shannon.
And I'm Daniel.
See you next time. Cheers.